Whoop whoop, juggalettes. I just saw Ghostfuckers. Literally, I just saw it like 60 seconds ago. I was watching the episode, and now I'm not. I'm talking about it. Wow. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm recording this on Halloween, even though this is VEDN Day 2, I guess. Yeah, we're doing VEDN again. So I guess this is out of order, because VEDN Day 1, I'm going to record tomorrow, and this is VEDN Day 2. I'm recording 2 days before VEDN Day 2 on Halloween, because I saw Ghostfuckers. Now, I was excited for this episode. This is one that was really kind of, it piqued my curiosity, probably more than any of the other ones, any of the other titles that were listed, except for maybe Full Moon. I mean, obviously I wanted to see what was going to happen on Full Moon, because I was just so, man, before Apology Tour, this whole love story has just been frustratingly fascinating, because of just how little we get of it. We're just kind of we're being teased all the time. So I was really anticipating Full Moon, but Ghostfuckers was the one other one that really intrigued me. I kind of want to know what Sinsmas is going to be about, don't you? I'm curious about that. Like, what is the hell version of Christmas going to be like? But who knows? But this one, you know, it was clear from the trailer kind of what this episode was going to be about. It was going to be kind of Luigi's Mansion, kind of, haunted house thing with Blitz and Millie. A Blitz and Millie adventure, which is fun. It's nice when you get the characters kind of teaming up in combinations that you don't normally see them. Like Rick and Jerry episode, Whirly Durly Conspiracy. That was a pretty good one. And so, yeah, this one, was looking forward to it. And, man, I really enjoyed it. It was like a really good, solid, just kind of more of a fun, fillery kind of episode, which I think we need at this point, because we had the Fizzerolli arc, and then we had 2 really heavy Stolas episodes. I think we needed a break from Stolas. I mean, I love Stolas very much, as you can see. But even I'm kind of starting to get tired of it. Even I'm starting to get tired of this bird. I feel like we need a little bit of a break from him. Not too much. I mean, I'll be happy to see him back in the next episode, which I believe is called Masterminds, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice just having a break from him. But we get to see more of the fallout from Blitz's side, how he's dealing with the breakup. That's not really a breakup, because they never really were anything to begin with. And it's just, I mean, it's a great, I loved that whole sequence in the office at the beginning, with the whole dynamic between the characters just being totally screwed up. Blitz is just rotting away. He's watching trash TV and eating ice cream with Cheese Whiz on it, which is quite a combination. Very, 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 very true to character to Blitz to eat something very weird like that. Moxie is overwhelmed with the paperwork, and God, the gag at the end of the episode where he finally figures out the paperwork, and then Luna points out that his math is wrong, and then she sits him down in front of the TV to watch Ghostfuckers, and it turns out it's the musical episode, and his eyes just light up. That was just that was such a funny gag to end it with. And then even there's a payoff to that, because then we have Erica Henriksen singing that really funny Ghostfuckers song during the end credits. Really just great way to end, I think. But yeah, Moxie was hilarious in this episode, and it was a good sort of good kind of unwinding episode, because there was so much tension, I think. And I really liked Apology Tour for the way it finally led to some real communication between the characters. But even though there was a lot of real communication, the tension was still really wound up. The tension was still really high. And it's nice to finally give the characters just a little bit of a breather. Just for the characters to now just kind of be able to unwind a bit, for Blitz specifically to be able to unwind a bit, because he's just been so wound up for I don't know how long, the whole series basically. He's been you know, ever since Ozzy's, really. I mean, he's been just on edge. And this being able to form a real connection again with Millie, I think is a great way for him to do that, because, you know, that need for people to have strong platonic relationships in their life. And it sort of, it hits especially right in this part of Blitz's story, because he's dealing with all that drama with Stolas. Being able to get away from it and just have a day with Millie where they remind each other how much they love each other is a really, really nice thing, I think. And it ended up being a good thing for both of them. And that's the thing with Millie, is people have been complaining for a long time, and I haven't really cared so much about it. Other people seem to really care about the fact that Millie doesn't get much development in the story. And I don't think it's necessary for her to have a whole lot of development. I think she's fine as she is, but it is still nice to see. Finally, we have an episode where actually she does get a significant level of development. Like, you see actually some of her insecurities, and you see how her backstory and her background from living on the farm, and then sort of being an assassin who didn't have a boss who really respected or appreciated her, and finding that in Blitz, and you actually finally get to see why she likes Blitz so much. And that was always kind of a question, like, what is the deal? Like, what is it that she really likes about this guy? Because she puts up with so much regarding him, way more than Moxie. Moxie doesn't put up with nearly as much as she puts up with. And the big question was always why. What, is she just really easygoing? What about her? I mean, Blitz even like gets in, he like tries to get in between them in their relationship. Like, he wants to be their third wheel desperately, and that's something that she even brings up at the end. She's like, so are you done trying to be the third wheel between us? And really a great kind of paradigm shifting moment for the show. Blitz says, yeah, actually I am. It's like the whole experience with Stolas just kind of cured his just relentless attraction to Moxie and Millie, and obsession specifically with their relationship. And I think that's fascinating. I mean, we're having... I just like how things are changing in this show. New things are bringing about new kind of paradigm shifts for these characters. And then I really liked the kind of structure of this episode, how it starts with they meet, John Waters' character, and there's this, everyone knew from the trailer that John Waters would be a demon, and that he would be this spooky villain character. So there was no surprise there, and there wasn't really any intention on making it a surprise. We kind of knew from the beginning that's where we were going, and he gives Blitz this hallucination, very well animated hallucination, very similar to the one that he had during Truth Seekers, where everyone's telling him, specifically Millie in this case, is telling him that he's worthless, blah blah blah, which she doesn't really do in Truth Seekers, but in this episode we see he actually also has insecurity about Millie. But then what I like is they have that sort of moment, that very sweet moment actually, where Millie is trying to cheer him up, because she sees that he's actually having a kind of a mental breakdown, and she's trying to remind him of how much they love each other. And then afterwards, it's like the story is like, oh yeah, there's supposed to be some mystery shit going on, so let's just end it right here. And so it's really funny how John Waters' character just comes in, and he's like, okay, I'm just gonna reveal the mystery to you. It's not really that special. I'm a spooky demon who possesses people and gives them weird visions. And I'm gonna attack you. And then it kind of, but then they keep going places with it. Like he then possesses Blitz, and then he gives him a little bit more of a ration of this insecurity right in his face. But I think maybe being able to triumph over that, and Millie being able to have the strength of character to resist the kind of temptation to fall into that sort of depressive sort of hatred. The fact that you know, because Blitz is kind of, it's almost like he's been conditioned to expect everyone to turn away from him in his life. And when this demon is possessing him and making him say all these things, and a great way of showing that with him chained up in the cinema seat and being shown this movie by, you know, it reminds me of that sort of, you know, dreams are movies that live in your head, and from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, or you know, I Am the VHS, Record Me with Your Fist, that sort of movie analog or analogy metaphor in a lot of the sort of media that I'm interested in. How movies play in your mind and tell you things. But yeah, the fact that, you know, Blitz sees for the first time somebody who he's hurting doesn't give up on him, and actually has the strength to say, no, this isn't real. This isn't real. He still loves me. I still love him. And I'm going to fight it until it's defeated. That strength and the fact that she didn't give up on him, I think just really, it was very therapeutic to Blitz, because he's never really seen that before. It's the first time he's ever really had something like that in his life. And it just, I think it heals him a lot in that moment. It kind of calms him down and makes it so that maybe, you know, Millie is somebody who he can find a lot of strength in the upcoming episodes, which makes sense, because she's always been, you know, as he tells her parents, you raised a sturdy bitch, you know. I think he's always really admired her for her strength in that way. And so the idea of then Millie being in a position to give emotional strength to Blitz, I think that's a really good use of her character. And so yeah, like it's great. This episode is really everything it needed to be, because it's not just a filler episode. It has the sort of elements of a filler episode, but within that, it keeps advancing the story, and it keeps developing these characters and doing unique things. Because like I said, we've never really seen a Millie development episode. Maybe Unhappy Campers, but that one sucked. So this is like the first actually good Millie development episode. Yeah, and it works very well. So yeah, Ghostfuckers, I mean, it's pretty much, I mean, I would say it's a resounding success. It did pretty much everything I wanted it to do. It's pretty much exactly what I was expecting in a good way, you know? So yeah, looking forward. There's 2 more episodes in the season. There's Masterminds, I think that's the title, and then there's Sinsmas, and then we'll have to wait a whole hell of a long time for season 3, I'm assuming. But yeah, I'm excited to see where it ends.